Hey everyone, it's Matt here. I head up the video content at Sweat Elite. It's not going to be a regular occurrence for these videos to have any sort of introduction from me, but in this particular case, I thought it would be interesting to share a little background as to how this video came about and a little bit of information on the unique aspects of the production of filming it. So I was lucky enough to be invited out to Flagstaff, Arizona, the week before Jim Walmsley was running the Western States Endurance Run, which ultimately he ended up winning just yesterday. And on this particular weekend that I headed out to Arizona, there was a heat wave. It was insanely warm. In Flagstaff, it was a little over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is sort of the high 30 degrees Celsius. And in Sedona, where he did the long run, I tried to film as much as I could, it was well into the 110, 115 degrees Fahrenheit range, which is about 44, 45 degrees Celsius, I think. Jim warned me before I arrived at his house to drive down to Sedona, where he was doing the long run, that he spends the hour, roughly 50 to 60 minutes, drive down to Sedona in an old beat up four-wheel drive, which you'll see in a minute, with no aircon, windows up, to have a further heat acclimatization effect. And he does the same thing on the way back up to Flagstaff after the run. So there's about a 50 to 60 minute drive down, 2.5 to 3 hour run. In this particular case, it was 15 miles with 5,500 to 6,000 feet of elevation gain, and then the drive back up in these conditions. Now, I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't prepared for how difficult it would be to do the drive down and the drive back up. I struggled. I became quite delirious in the heat. I wasn't able to film as well as I would have liked to. So I wasn't able to capture a lot of the run basically because of how much I was struggling in the conditions. So I captured as much as I could. Jim definitely showed us around some of the parts where he regularly does train, the gear that he'll use in Western States Endurance Run, and some other pretty cool information as well. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope next time we join Jim, the conditions are a little more favorable to film. But yeah, I hope you enjoy.
It's really crazy. It's like, wow, that's why that guy's gonna thrive.
Okay, Jim Walmsley, thanks for having me join your last long run before Western States.
Not long run, but
semi-long.
Yeah. We'll do about 15 today.
15 miles. The session's already begun because we're not allowed to open our windows. No. The air conditioning is not on. I am already sweating, and we haven't even started. So this has been an interesting beginning of the workout. But
might be about a 5 hour, almost an hour drive down, hour drive back up, and then about hopefully 3 hours of running.
Okay. And what's the route like today?
Pretty much up or down, and chunky. So hopefully no twisting the ankle the week of the race.
Yeah.
But about 2,000 foot climbs, and there's maybe 1,500 to 2,000 feet climbs, and there's 3 of them. So just an out and back. So one of them we're hitting twice.
Okay. And we've got, is it 7 days until Western States?
Today's Sunday, and then the race is Saturday.
Okay, 6 days.
Yeah, whatever that is, doesn't matter. So.
And how's the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks, the build-up been?
The last 6 to 8 weeks has been all right. I've had some injuries with my T-band that's just lingered pretty much the whole block. But I feel like I've kept more vert in for my climbing in for my training, which has kept me aerobically fit and stronger than probably usual, but speed wise maybe a little slower, but then in the last 10 days or so it feels like that's starting to go away right at the right time, and I've gotten in a couple flatter runs and workouts now, so I feel like things are rounding out and got a good feeling about it.
Yeah, cool. And lastly, before we get started in the run, in the lead into something like this, how would you break down, or how would you design the plan in the sense of how, someone asked the question of how would you design the plan in the sense of how much elevation you would do per week or per month or per day, or how does that work in your planning?
I break it down per week.
Yep.
So I'll do mileage and vert per week, and then I kind of let time be whatever, but it's also something that I guess in retrospect, looking at things, I consider of sometimes how hard or challenging the courses are. I mean, it could be the same profile of a route, and one could take a lot longer than the other.
Yep.
And generally, I find about an 8-week block of up there in volume to be about right, and it'll kind of build and hold maybe 3 weeks at around its peak in that 8-week block, and then I'll have about a 2-week taper. This block has probably been closer to 6-7 weeks, and so I wouldn't usually do a 15-mile run 6 days out, but since I've had just a little more condensed training block, I'm just gonna try to roll the taper a little sooner to the race. And yeah, we got 5 days to back off a lot, kick the feet up, do some more interviews, and get the legs really fresh and sharp. Not sharp, do some strides this week, and that's about it.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Got my nice like overlanding 4Runner. That's a 98. It's like a Helix Surf if you're internationally, and manual. And I got it built out with a tent and fridge freezer in the back that I didn't want to drive around. It's also a slug, so it's super slow.
Yeah.
So I was out in Auburn, California, out in February, and just over some bar talk with Craig Thornley, who's the race director for Western States, like, so-and-so's selling my truck that basically he had for 20 years and this and that. And I'm like, oh, what is it? And he said his old Toyota Tacoma, which is like almost identical to the 4Runner that I drive, and I like the old Toyotas, so basically picked this one up as a old drive around car to keep the miles off the other one, and just bacon going to and from Flagstaff Phoenix, Flagstaff Grand Canyon, Flagstaff Sedona. So not very good tint on these windows, so it acts as a nice hot box.
It is warm in here, I'll tell you that. I mean, I don't know how warm it is. It's probably 100 or close.
We don't keep a thermostat in here, thermometer.
So before these runs that you're doing down here, you're typically in this almost a sauna for an hour down and an hour back, roughly.
Yeah, it's kind of a light sauna.
Yeah.
No wind.
No.
So all the sweat beads up.
For the watchers, I tried to put my window down to before, and Jim abruptly stopped me and said, "You can't do that."
Makes it too easy.
He said, "You can drive on your own if you want." But I thought I'd be all in for the experience.
Yeah. So we're actually going up this way.
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
And then that way is really pretty. Hangover trails up there. Yeah. And then there's a couple social trails I know through there.
Awesome.
So there's our pull out. So I got 3 bottles today. I'm gonna start with one. I gotta find out what I put. Each one's got calories in it, but I put a couple different things in them.
Yeah. So we're planting this.
We're hiding that bottle.
Yep.
Okay, that one's the Morton. So I'm starting with the Morton. The other 2 are a little different electrolyte mix.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hide those 2. Each bottle's got about 300 calories.
Yep.
20 ounces, so 2/3 of a liter.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what that is. But we'll hide them in the shade. So I'll come down like not directly where this phone line is, but there's a social trail that kind of follows the phone line.
Okay.
Because I'll be coming down from the mountain up there.
Okay.
Go up the mountain, down the mountain, down this way, and then I'll pop out right there and catch the next trail at that post right there.
Okay. Perfect.
So.
Okay. And you'll be doing the first
I just go
third
up
up
the
there?
shoulder of the mountain.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay.
So
Almost ready
today,
to go. Yeah.
You filming?
Yeah.
We're good? Rolling? Today we're filming, or no, you're filming.
You're running.
Yeah, I'm running.
Hopefully.
Today we're running in Speedgo Evos. I like these. They got full like Vibram rubber on the bottom, which is really sticky. It's got good cushion for the up and down that I'm doing today.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's probably the most versatile trail shoe that I use, and usually the shoe I like wearing.
What were you racing?
I'll race in these shoes as well.
Okay.
So today's a little bit of a test round for race day. We got pretty much close to what's going to be my race day shirt. Shoes, but I'll go with different insoles. These insoles today will soak up a bunch of water. Not ideal, but that's okay. And then race day I'll do some that don't soak up water. And then this is the secret weapon. We're testing out the hat. A little more.
I heard a bit about this on the drive. Here it is.
I did in Phoenix, but I don't know. It's just got a lot of shade protection, and yeah. We might be rocking this for a few miles at Western States this year.
Game on. What are you taking on the run?
Trail runners get to bring snacks with us, but this one's a little caffeine banger.
Okay.
If I feel a little flat, we'll hit this one.
Yeah, okay.
Just give a little more pep in the step.
Yeah.
Other than that, calories in the bottle.
And you said this run should take you around 3 hours?
Yeah, it's 15 miles, about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Not very fast.
What's that?
I log things on the GPS watch.
Yeah, okay.
I think Sweat Elite, you guys get a bigger crowd that doesn't do that, huh? There we go. Say hat, sunglasses, sunscreen.
Yeah.
It's like bringing your own shade with you.
That's right.
It's easy.
Okay, so this trail starts just up here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go here and then I'll start climbing up.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
All right.
I'll see you.
All the best. Yeah, see you soon.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Made it.
Yeah.
How'd you go?
Good.
Yeah.
It's warm.
It's very warm.
How are you?
Good, good. I mean, you've done this loop before. What was your...
I haven't done it this hot.
Okay, okay.
Kind of a new one for this year.
Yeah.
The middle section's really exposed.
Yeah.
So I could have drank more water.
Yeah, okay.
But it's good.
Perfect prep for next week?
Yeah, it was nice and smooth.
Did you take everything that you were going to take in terms of gels and stuff? Or?
Just the bottles.
Yeah, okay.
The gels and the blocks were just kind of there for just in case.
Yeah, cool.
But especially if things go south, you want a little more food.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Good job.
Sweet, let's get some drinks.
Yeah, let's do it. 1,000 feet elevation gain roughly. And yeah, 14.18 miles, 230.
Rocky.
Awesome. Sure.
I don't care.
So this is the lead in to Western
You can
States.
scroll through it too.
Yeah. What should
And
we,
then you can kind of see
yeah.
the dip. The big dip is the beginning of the injury.
Yeah.
But I got in some biking during that.
Yeah.
So no swimming. But yeah. So I think good amount of hours, good amount of elevation,
Yeah.
distance, meh, but that's okay. Got in what I could.